So now that we have our login mechanism working, what we need to do is we need to start taking a look at reducing the amount of text we have on the page. So I mean, we could introduce a registration page, but that would require copying and pasting the majority of the content from either the index.html or the login.html file and pasting it into another file. So what we can do is we can use what is called template inheritance. What we can do is inside our Django auth authentication directory, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a templates directory. Inside of that templates directory, I'm going to create a new file called base.html. And what I'm going to do is inside of that base.html file, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the main structure that we will be using for our pages across the site. So basically this will provide the boilerplate, and then we'll inject all of the content from the specific pages into this page. Inside of the title, for example, I will say block page title, and this will act as a placeholder that will allow us to put titles into the title element from within a different page. So I just need a block and an end block. Inside of body then, I will create another block inside of a h1 element. So I will say h1, and then inside of there I will say block, and I will say page underscore heading. And then I will use an end block to close off that block. The next thing then outside of that is we want to define a main kind of content area. Before we do that, let's take our main chunk of code here from our index.html file, which is our kind of main navigation and the area that displays the messages. So we'll take that and we will paste that into our body of our base.html file. And this template then will be used across all of the pages on our website, all of the pages that we'll inherit from this page. So what I can do inside of my index.html file now is I can actually delete all of the content within there. And my very first tag then is called an extends tag, and this allows me to specify the file that I want to extend from. In this case, we want to extend from the base.html tag, or HTML file. What we can do then inside, we create a block tag that maps to the block tag in our base.html file. So I will say block page heading, and inside of that tag, I will say home or home page. And I can save this now. And I can also create a block. Oh, got those wrong way around. So page title goes first, and then page heading. So our page title says home page, and then inside of our page heading, we will say home. And then we just close off that block by using an end block. So I can go ahead and save that file now once that's done. And then if I open up my application in the browser, oh, we have an error here. Nice. What we need to do is by default, Django will load template directories from within apps. So what we need to do is we need to update our settings file to get it to load a template directory that does not live inside of a Django app. So what we'll do is we go back into our project in Cloud9. And open up the settings.py file inside of our Django auth. And then down at the very we search for templates, and templates has a key that says JIRS. And what we want to do inside of that is we want to add a list item that says os.path.join, and we want to pass in the base URL plus templates. So if we go back to our browser now, we should be able to do a refresh, and there we go. So we now have a page that says home. Our index page is not now being injected into this base.html page. Inside of our base.html page, we're going to create another block at the end, just before our closing body tag, called content. And this is going to be the main kind of content area for our project. So what we can do here is I can take my pretty much copy my index.html file, and I'll paste it into my login. I'm going to paste it down at the bottom because there is some code in here that we still need. And the code that we still need here, so we'll update the title and the heading first. So we'll say for the title we'll say login page, and then in the heading we'll say user login. What we want to do then is we want to grab our form element and its contents, and we want to create a block content tag. And inside of that then we'll pop our form. So just fix the indentation here. And then we want to pop in our end block tag. Once we've done that, then we can go ahead and we can actually delete the rest of the content in this HTML file, because all of the rest of the contents of the file are provided by the base.html file. So basically Django will read this and say, okay, I need to get the base.html file and map any blocks in this file to the containing base.html file. So if I go ahead and refresh my application now, I can see that all my pages still work as per normal, as per usual, but in a clever way that allows us to simplify our HTML files.